Good, y'all? Welcome to Brickcity Street Build, and today we dropping the transmission on the K24 Accurate TSX. Feel me? So first thing you gotta do is take the battery out, which I already got out. After that, I'm doing the tubing, which is pretty much fucking easy as shit. Pull, snatch off, throw. Mission complete, done. Feel me? After that, we're doing the throttle body. Don't take off the throttle body, that was stupid to say. Unplug the throttle body, undo the intake manifold, and that should slide off. So I'll get back to y'all as soon as I take that off. All right, we got off the intake, so we're on the floor. Now I'm gonna get to the starter. After I get to the starter, I'm taking out the battery tray and the fuse box. Once I get the fuse box out of here, I'm gonna start cracking the bolts on the side. Then I'm gonna tend to under the car, the bottom. I should have possibly did that first because I just leak the antifreeze every fucking where. But I don't feel like being under the car today. So we're doing the top first, bottom later, and then reverse process. So while I was down there removing the starter, I also took off the slave cylinder as well, which is right there. Next, I want to start disconnecting the hoses. Like I said before, the battery tray, the harness, and the fuse box. All right, so right now we got the hoses disconnected. We got the battery tray out the way. Fuse box is disconnected. I got it zip tied up here. And then now I'm about to go for the shift linkage. I already took the clips out and pulled the linkage off. I'm about to unbolt it. It's usually 312, so 1, 2, and last one right here. Take that out and pull it up. After we do that, this last 10 millimeter back here, this one that y'all see right there, that we gotta take off for the slave cylinder. And then after that, boom, we're gonna start cracking the bolts that surround the bell housing. Not taking them completely out, but just cracking them loose. And then I'm gonna go at the bottom and finally get everything all the way out. Everything for the top is dismantled. You feel me? The only thing that we gotta do now is crack the bell housing bolts. But before I crack the bell housing bolts, there's a mount bolt at the bottom. Let me show y'all this. So it's a mount right there, and there's two of them. There's one at the top, and let me see if I can show y'all the one right here is the one at the bottom. All right, these two is like the biggest pain in the fucking ass throughout this whole thing, and I know that because I did this already. And every time I do it, it's those two. So I'm gonna crack those two first, and then I'm gonna get to cracking the rest of them. I'm gonna go under the car finally, take out the axles, and pull up the trans. So we got those two bolts out back there. We gotta get that one that's in plain sight right there next to that notch. Another one right here. There's another one right up under here, right under the slave cylinder. Boom. Once we get that out, then we go on to the bottom. So I know y'all wanted me to show y'all the undercarriage of me taking out the half shaft, the axles, and the way that I did it. So I'm gonna speed up this process by not showing y'all, but just explaining to y'all. So I undid the upper control arm, took out the steering linkage, which is just the outer tie rods, and then what else did I do? I took out the caliper and undid the ABS wiring. That's what I did. And then after that, I slid under the car. I took out 3 bolts for the half shaft. I believe that all 3 of those bolts are either 12 or 14s. It's most likely 14s. I'm gonna go with 14. So it's most likely 14s. And then the last thing that I did was undo the fork for the struts. So after I did that, I don't actually ever take out the full axle on the passenger side. I just drop the half shaft. So once you pull out the spindle, the axle should come with it. If it does not, do not force it. Go under there, pop it out from the half shaft, and then that'll give you enough play and enough space for you to be able to take the half shaft out of the trans. Once you get the half shaft out of the trans, you're done with that side. As far as axles are included for the passenger side, there are 2 bolts that are mounted to the engine for the transmission that you have to take out. It's 2 17s, one at the top, one at the bottom. one of them is longer than the other one. So you gotta make sure you don't get that shit mixed up. Then after that, go to the driver's side, do the same shit. Upper control arm gets dismantled. Don't take out the ball joint. Undo the fork, undo the caliper, undo the outer tie rod, and then boom. Once you do that, the nut is automatically, that's number one, you should have been disconnected. Then do the same thing, pop the axle out from the shaft, from the transmission, and then pull the axle completely out of there. And that should give you enough room to unbolt the trans and pull it out. There are also two mounts connected to the subframe. Undo those, it's 4 bolts. You feel me? Undo that shit. And I only took out the front mount completely. I only took that mount completely out because that bottom mount, if you have it, it's a piece of shit. It don't really do shit. It just holds. I don't even think that shit holds the transmission up, but it's just there. That shit ain't gonna bother you. Pull the trans back. If you're doing a clutch, you gotta drop. If you're taking the trans out, you gotta drop the clutch anyway. If you're pulling out the top, you gotta drop the clutch first, then pull the trans out. But if you're just doing a clutch, you can drop the clutch, put the new one in there, and then have a toy sequence for yourself. What I did was 1 and 2. What I did was 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6, and that's how I torqued everything down. Now I know y'all gonna roast me in the comments about this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't got a breaker bar. I ain't got no pole extension or none of that shit. So I'm not gonna hold you. I literally made this shit work. A bike fork, the pole to the seat, and a motherfucking 1/2-inch ratchet. I'm about to see if this shit work. I got the first one with this shit. This second one feel like it's gonna break. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I know y'all probably would have liked to see me use that shit just for the hell of it. But I really got that shit cracked loose, man. Yo, I really got it cracked loose. Like, that shit was sticking. And I'm literally fucking on my mic. Can I get that shit? Boom. I need some kind of extension, some kind of bar, some kind of pole, whatever the fuck. I couldn't find that shit nowhere. I ride bikes, I had to think about that shit. Like, I ride bikes, so it gotta be something back here. I found this motherfucking fork. And this is actually the fork that I did. I did an Instagram video with this shit. This is actually the fork that I recently painted, like last summer. You feel me? Snap the bike in half. You feel me? Different time, different story. I see that shit. I see the hole at the top. I'm like, oh, why? I could use that. And I see it's it's something stopping that shit. Like, it's something stopping that shit from allowing the pole to go through. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna use that. But then I look at the bottom and I see a big ass hole at the bottom. Like, that shit gonna work. So I put that shit on there, cranked it. Wow! Shit came right loose. Now we about to take the trans out. So that's the only thing stopping us from getting the trans off. After that shit, we good. What time is it? Hold on. Let me see what time it is. All right, so it's about 1:40. About to be 2 o'clock. Like I said, I started at 9:50, going on 10 o'clock. So, shit, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 4 hours, and we got the trans out. You feel me? It's not. That's some shit for me. That's like a fucking world-renowned fucking record for my ass. God damn it. It usually take me 2 days to do this shit. So what I was saying before is I actually wanted to show y'all the process of me doing everything, taking the clutch out, and also taking the trans out. But when I thought about it, I felt like it'd be a waste of time, especially not having somebody to hold the camera, finding a place to put it. You feel me? I'm trying to do this shit within 1 day. So the new clutch is in, and the way that I did it, I know you can see 4 right there, and then down here, I don't know what that one says. What that says? That says 3. So then going over here, here's my sequence of torquing. Make sure that it's even all the way through. So 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6. So after I tighten 1, I tighten 4. After I tighten 2, I tighten 5. After I tighten 3, then I tighten 6. Made sure that everything was in there correctly. Right now, I'm at the stage of actually about to put the trans back, made it to the surface of the engine. And what I got right now, jack down there holding the front of the belt housing up. All I gotta do is tilt the back, it'll slide right in, take a bolt, which my bolts are right up there, and then start to screw the top in, at least 3 bolts at the top. Then I start mating everything together, like seriously, then going under the car, doing all of that, and it should be done. So after I got everything back mated together, and I promise y'all I'm gonna get me a fucking tripod after this shit, because y'all really gotta see, and I really want to show y'all half the things that I go through while I'm working on my car. Like, I go through the most craziest things working on my cars, and I should have been started this, but I'm not going to get too far off track. Either way, once I got everything made it back to itself, I decided that I wanted to drop the car, which took a little bit longer, and I wanted to add some camber because I got True Heart upper control arms. None of that shit worked out. And even after fixing everything and getting this shit to work properly, you know, it just was not working out for me. Nothing was working out for me. So, like I said, I dropped the car and I added some camber. When I went to go for a drive, the car felt like complete shit, y'all. It felt like total shit. I'm trying to switch through the gears, trying to take off. When I put my foot to the floor, it would go in gear, but soon, like, if I lift my foot up like a millimeter, the car was snatching. And I know you think about it a little bit, you're like, oh, it should be like that. No, like, nah, I've been driving clutch for mad long. You should have some kind of room for play, not play like play, but some kind of room for your bite point. And the bite point was instant, and I never had no bite point that was instant. So with this next clip, it's not going to show y'all much, but truth be told, I could even get under here and show y'all exactly what happened. But the next clip is basically showing y'all how the master cylinder was loose. So I had to readjust the master cylinder because nothing was allowing nothing was allowing me to go out of gear or swap into the next gear. And I drove 30 miles because I wanted to take my girl to go see a waterfall close to upstate New York. It's not upstate, but it's close to upstate New York. And nothing was working out for me. Like, I'm trying to switch the gears. What I was doing was I was stomping on a clutch and then fucking snatching that shit to the next gear. You feel me? And I was, with me doing that quick enough, it was allowing me to change gears. But going out there, the car felt like total shit. Like, going over any crack, trying to get over the speed bump. Like, I've had lower cars inside the past, but the coilover setups that I've had, like, I had max speeding rods, the blue and dark gray set where you could actually adjust the dampening system, and then I also had what is it called, BC coils. I had BC coils on another TSX that I owned previously in the past, and because I was able to adjust the dampening system, and I had upper control arms, I just don't remember the name to the upper control arm. Matter of fact, it wasn't even the upper control arms. I had True Heart upper control arms, but I was able to adjust the camber throughout the top plate of the strut, so it didn't feel the way that this shit felt. Like, when I turned the wheel had a mind of its own. That shit was snatching on its own. You feel me? And then when I hit a crack or a bump, the whole car was like shaking. And I get that stance life, but that's not my stance life. That's not my experience of having stance cars. When I do shit, I like to do it the right way and not the bullshit way. So I ended up taking out the camber. I ended up adjusting the master cylinder for the clutch pedal, and that allowed me to drive the way that I wanted to drive. And after that, I was pretty much set. Everything was pretty much good. And you know, that's basically the end of me putting the clutch in. So the previous video shows the before and after, but not like straight up before. I was already extending the shaft, but I feel like I needed to pick up the camera to show y'all like everything of what I did to make sure that the car was running good. Other than that, I mean, that's really about the end of the video, like I said in the last clip. But like, share, and subscribe. If you like it, then like it. If you don't, then don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't. And go die on the stick, nigga. But other than that, you feel me? I'm not doing this shit for clout. I'm doing this shit to pretty much promote myself. I'm not trying to have the best Honda out there. I feel like there's no competition with Hondas. I feel like most of y'all niggas with Hondas is a bunch of fucking sheeps, and that's no disrespect. That's no diss to the Honda community. I love Hondas. I just feel like a bunch of y'all niggas is doing all of the same shit. And that's just regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want my car to fucking, what you call it? What Doc said in fucking Lightning McQueen? Fucking look like a Cadillac, sting like a bee, some shit like that. You feel me? Like, I want my shit to look good and drive better, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going with like a little circuit build. Not like straight circuit, like I'm actually taking my shit to the circuit. If I get a chance, I will. But at the moment, that's not where my mind is at, you know what I'm saying? My mind is not there yet. And I know you got to start from the beginning. You got to start thinking like that at the beginning so that you can achieve it at the end. But I got bigger shit, not better shit. I got bigger shit to handle right now. I want my shit to handle like the new Beamers, not like the old Beamers. Cause that 846 handle like shit. That divorce setup is shit. And I don't care what y'all say. I had one before that was actually my previous car. And I was going with a true coil setup with that shit because of how bad that shit drove. But other than that, feel me, catch y'all on a flip. And if y'all want to argue about that, so be it. I'll hop on live. We can argue about it.